Hey, how's it going, everybody? This was sent to me by I don't remember because people send me stuff nonstop. Uh, you know who you are. Thanks for sending this to me. This is a very long article. I'm not going to read the whole thing. This is a website called Police State USA, and it has a video with it with a cop doing the narration instead of me. I think he's a former cop. So I'm going to read some of this. Go to Police State USA. Type in man charged with breaking a trooper's fist with his face. There's his mugshot. Here's some screenshots of the video. Beaten. Okay, Robert Leone was beaten within an inch of his life by PA police. Bradford County, PA. A motorist was viciously beaten, tasered, and maced repeatedly, then charged with 24 separate crimes and maliciously prosecuted for every one of them. He was beaten 4 times over the course of 11 hours, and not once had he acted maliciously. This incident stemmed from his driving while on unusually high dosage of legally prescribed bipolar medication and a subsequent fender bender. Dashcam footage revealed the extraordinary exaggerations made up about the case 2 years after it took place. The traffic stop around 8:20 p.m. on March 8, 2010, police received a 911 call regarding a car that had failed to stop after a minor traffic collision. The accident resulted in no injuries and no damage, but one of the drivers did not stop to exchange information. Pennsylvania State Police dispatched troopers to investigate this alleged hit and run. A car driven by Robert Leone, 31 at the time, matched the basic description of the car in question. Mr. Leone was driving just across the Pennsylvania border from his home in Vestal, New York. He had just finished stargazing at the Copernic Observatory and Science Center and decided to go for a ride in the country while listening to his favorite music. He had consumed no alcohol or illegal substances, but it seems that his decision-making abilities may have been affected by his legally prescribed medication used to treat his bipolar disorder. PSP attempted to pull over Mr. Leone, who was traveling at a speed significantly under the posted speed limit, 10 to 30 miles per hour under. Leone stated that first he did not think the trooper was trying to stop him, as he believed that he had done nothing wrong prior to the encounter. Police dashcam video clearly showed Mr. Leone driving very slowly and in a very controlled manner. The only vehicles ever seen crossing the center line or driving erratically were the state police cars that were involved in this low-speed following. Contrary to sworn statements later given by the troopers, the 5 marked cruisers following Mr. Leone could have easily boxed in Mr. Leone at low speed and caused him to stop. Instead, the troopers deployed stop sticks and rammed his vehicle. A pit maneuver was used to smash Leone into a rock wall while still at low speed. Once his car was immobilized, the senior trooper on scene, Corporal Roger Stipkak, stood on top of Mr. Leone's hood and ordered him out of his car while aiming a taser at him. Mr. Leone could not comply with the trooper's orders because state police car was intentionally blocking Leone's driver's side door. Mr. Leone was then tasered through his open sunroof, forcibly dragged to the ground through passenger side door, beaten by fellow troopers. The senior trooper, who was standing on the hood of Leone's car, was then seen jumping directly onto Leone's back from the hood of the car. You gotta be a long effing night ahead, the officer menaced. Do you hear me? Do you effing hear me? This was but the first threat of Mr. Manny Leone was going to receive over the next 11 hours. It was also the mildest. In no time was Leone videoed resisting or attempting to strike the officers. After his first beating, he was handcuffed and questioned. At that point, Leone was arrested and placed in the back of the patrol car. Without advising Mr. Leone of his constitutional rights, he was questioned a second time and responded with respectful answers of yes sir, no sir. During the questioning, the trooper accused Leone of intentionally spitting in the trooper's face and used that alleged behavior as a reason to beat Mr. Leone, who was still handcuffed. The trooper then hog-tied him, the victim, because he is the victim of this. Who do you think you're messing with? One officer challenged. We're the Pennsylvania State Police. It's not some chump, not just some chumps. Oh, so he's promoting his gang here. After analyzing the audio portion of the dash cam, it appears the trooper fabricating the spitting incident in order to justify the beating, even though spitting does not allow an officer to beat a prisoner. Watch as Larry Hohall provides a play-by-play of the traffic stop. This is where I shut my mouth for a while. I'm actually going to go in the other room while I record this. So here's the second part of the video with an actual police officer doing the play-by-play.